Hey everybody, we are back at Streaming Guitars with a Carvin DC. I am not sure which DC it is. It's either a DC 127, DC 135, DC 145. Same body, different pickup combination, and even then you can take a DC 127 and make it into any of those. So what we have here is we're set up with 10s. It has a Wilkinson, the higher end Wilkinson bridge, and we're set up with 10s, and we're going to go with some 9s from these guys. So we're going to take the strings off, and we're going to, I don't know if that'll work or not. I'm going to see if this trick will work for me. I just don't want that falling back into the body. So this Carvin is set up with locking machines. Like I said, it's got the Wilkinson, the higher end Wilkinson bridge. He originally said he wanted it to have he wanted the yeah, that's not gonna, I don't think that, well, maybe that is gonna work. I don't know. He said he wanted the action raised, and I measured it, and the action is set at 6/64, but then when I checked his relief, the relief was at like 16 thousandths, so he had a big bow in the thing, which isn't going to help you at all. Let's get these strings out of here. So I sent him a text to say, "You sure you want your action lowered?" Adjusted the truss rod a little bit, and everything looks hunky-dunky. So, in the meantime, we'll go ahead and set this thing up. We'll do some cleaning on it. We'll string it with 9s, and hopefully he'll get back with me so that I can make the proper bridge adjustments. So one of the things I always do is I get my 10mm wrench and snug up your tuning nuts on your tuning. Really? That's not a 10? Spurzels, so it's 7/16. Got a 4mm truss rod. And an imperial set of nuts on the fingerboard. So we'll get the string, or can't talk. Get the fret erasers out and give that a shine. He's gonna need to get a fret level and crown pretty soon on this thing. But he just wants setup for now. This has been played. It's got some nicks on it. He just got a new one, Kiesel, which is what the brand became. So use a little bit of simple green. Clean up the fingerboard. Get all the gunk off of that. He plays way more than I do. My fingerboard doesn't look like that because it doesn't get played as much. Alright. A little bit of conditioner on here, and it looks like he's gotten some cracks in the rosewood. This thing's sitting in a dry, it's only at the first fret. Must keep us in a fairly dry area. Alright, so let's bust out the 9s. By the way, I still have these massive strap locks on sale. Can't even remember the name, but my God, they're big. $10 for the set. Instant message me. They're like a 3-cam design. Let's see, how does that work again? Oh yeah. See inside there, there's 3 cams that lock down on the thing. And all my guitar straps have the Dunlop strap lock system on it. So that's what I have laying around the house. So that's why I didn't use them. Otherwise, if I had a new strap, I would have used them. Alright, boys and girls, we have the strings back on. And like I was saying earlier, he wanted the action a little higher, even though I presumed the reason for that was that the neck had quite a bow in it. We straightened the neck out. I texted him and he said, yeah, I would like it a little higher, just suits my playing a little bit better. So we are now sitting at about 5/64 on the bridge side, or the bridge side. We're actually 6/64 and 6/60, about 6/64 and 6/64, bass side and treble side. The bridge is leveled, and for the time being, I'll show you what we do here at Stringman Guitars. Is we use the that's not going to stay there, is it? Skyscraper Guitars. They have a system of blocks that you see here are stair-stepped. So you can find one that'll give you the right dimension to keep the, see here, yeah, to keep your bridge flat with the body. So that's what we have. And where one leaves off, there's a step between that one and the next size up that I didn't realize until just today that is the flat part. I don't know if you can see that at an angle there or not, but it goes steps up and then it's flat. Well, like, I tried the little one, I tried the next bigger one, and it was, the little one just swam in there. The next bigger one pulled the bridge forward, and I'm like, I'll go with the one in between, and it's swimming in there. But then I turned it around so that the flat part is there, and wouldn't you know it, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. So you learn something new every day. So I'm in the process of stretching the strings out. The bridge is in place. It's locked down with that block. And then what you do, once you have everything, all your strings stretched and everything where you want it, with your string height, your relief, and all that stuff, then what you do is you take the two screws here and you screw them in until this comes loose, and that is how that works. That way the bridge doesn't move and your guitar will be in tune. And as of now, I am still tuning this thing up. These New York, or what are they called? NYXLs, Dioderos, yeah, NYXLs. They're a really hard string, if that means anything. I've been stretching away here while I had the camera off, and it's still coming loose, or still stretching. And if you want the trim to work right, you've got to get your strings all stretched in. And it's the wound ones that give you the trouble the most, because they have a lot more give in them. You still give a little bit of a stretch to the individual string, or the unwrapped strings, but then you don't want to break those. And then top tip, ahead of the nut on the headstock, stretch that part of the string too, because that still needs to be stretched. And so yeah, that's what we're working on right now. Unwound strings are not stretching any longer, so next thing we'll do is pickup height, since we have some waiting time. And I got these from Stu Mac. They're brass, they're not magnetic. And you use them to get your pickup height set properly. Too much. There we go. That could come up a little bit. Perfect. Bridge can come up a little bit. Perfect. And then the next thinner size is for the bridge. And that can come up a little bit. Quite a bit. Just found out that Carvin no longer makes, or Kiesel no longer stocks these 22 pole pickups any longer. Yep, too much. They just sold out. Got some for a customer. Maybe 2 videos ago, and now they're gone. You got lucky. You got lucky, Mikey. Just a little too high there. Okay, that gets us there. Looks like the strings are staying where they're supposed to be now. Okay, so we're going to come back and do intonation and finish it up after it sits for a little bit. Hey boys and girls, back in the underground layer here, and this thing's had a chance to sit for a while, and we just tuned it up to pitch, and let's see where the neck ended up. After being under tension with new strings, it was 10s, now it's 9s, and 1/10,000s, and we got 10. Just barely snugging under there, so we're good there. Okay, just a little quickie for you on a Wilkinson Trem. It is metric, and the way you set up a Wilkinson, I still can't talk, and it's hours later, is you loosen these set screws so that then you can adjust from the back. And it's a 1.5 mil. I believe that's the measurement. At least it says 1.5 on the little hex I have. And you do it the same way as you do a regular one with the screws on the back. If it's flat, the string's got to move that way. If it's sharp, the string's got to move that way. And once you get that done, you take your set screws and just tighten it down. So it stays. Intonation's done, and string height's done, or pickup string height is done. We are at 6/64 as per requested by the customer. He could always bring it back and I could drop it back down to 4/64, which is where I had it once we straightened out the neck. I don't know if he plays slide or why he wants it higher, but that's what he wants, so that's what I do. And the last thing I want to do is just make sure that everything works as far as the guitar machine itself. So how do you take the block out of the back? Well, you take your screwdriver and you run the screws this way, that way, until the block comes out. And I'm going to go with a half a turn, because these have pretty thick, or pretty heavy screws. I think someone switched the original screws out for tell me, does that look like drywall screws? I can't believe that Carvin would use drywall screws. Okay, it's getting a little loose. Almost. 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 There it goes. All right. So, yeah, I dropped the truss rod cover. And look. A little cup covered caught it. So cool beans. Alright, so the bridge remained flat to the body. And I'm sure it went a little bit wonky as far as being in tune. Yeah, so I am going to back the screws back out just a hair. Oh, you get the idea. That's the gist of it. Okay, so everything works. We just want to make sure that the electronics work. So. I think I'll spray. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think I'll I'll spray some cleaner in. Yep, it's gone. And no noise in the switch. Coil splits. Everything works. So we'll throw the truss rod cover back on it, clean it up, and get it out of my house. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, check out all my videos. And if you live in the western Pennsylvania area, I am just northwest of Pittsburgh by about 10 minutes. So if you hit me up on Stringman Guitars on Facebook, I'm there if you need any work. Please feel free to comment in the video comment section. Until then, make this year the best year yet.